Number one place in the world right now is London, England. Cocaine is exploding in Europe, and London is the best coke market because it's very rich as a city, it's very expensive, and there's tons of users. So unlike America, where the cocaine users have kind of given way to fentanyl and meth and all this other kind of shit, in the UK, it's speed and it's coke. And people from all walks of life and every level of the socioeconomic spectrum are using coke over there. So it could be a bus driver or a banker. Everybody is doing blow. And the consequences are less strict if you get caught. So the prison time over there is probably about a quarter of what you would get for getting caught selling coke in America. And that's simply because Europe is just more liberal. And you get caught with a kilo of coke over there, you're gonna get out in a fifth of the time that you would over in the States. So London is a prime coke market and one of the best places to sell drugs. Also, there's less violence too. So, you might get sprayed or shot up over in America. To get killed in London, they're stabbing each other to death over there. So if you get stabbed to death, you really had it coming, because that is an intimate way to kill somebody. So your odds of doing major prison time or getting murdered by a rival are far less, and you've got a way higher profit margin. Now, the downside, of course, is that the wholesalers are usually the Albanians and the Irish, and they do not want to give a lot of their product away to outsiders. Whereas in America, if you got the money, you'll find somebody to supply you. Another great market is Canada, believe it or not. Vancouver, BC, Calgary, and Toronto are great cocaine markets. And that's because they're very international, they're big metropolitan areas, and places like Calgary got a lot of money, they got oil money. And the price is high too. Just like in Europe, the further north you go into Canada, the higher and higher the wholesale kilo price is, so the more money you're gonna be able to charge. It's very normal for people in Canada to pay 150 bucks a gram for good blow. But the number one place in the world to sell cocaine, the place where if I was a young entrepreneurial drug dealer, I would pick up and move to tomorrow to sell coke, is Australia. That's right. Australia is so far away and so difficult to get coke to that the wholesale price of a kilo over there is literally $150,000 to $200,000. So grams over there go for like 300, 350 bucks for good coke. So if I could have gotten that kilo that I purchased that day in Colombia back in 2009, if I could have got that to Sydney, 1 kilo, I could have bought a house with it. That's how lucrative cocaine is in Australia. And that's why every other day on the news you see bigger and bigger and bigger shipments getting seized, because traffickers are aware of this and they have dealers from every corner of the globe trying to get coke onto that island.
Police say this is the largest drug bust in the state's history. So great, it accounts for almost half the cocaine seized in Australia each year. The suspects, aged between 29 and 44, have been refused bail to face court tomorrow. The grain ship free to leave, but more arrests in the crime ring are planned.
That is the number one place to sell coke right now, is Australia. So that's it. Cocaine is still the best drug to be selling. Now that weed has basically become legal and the prices have plummeted, cocaine is number one. I know that Molly and ecstasy and MDMA and meth and all these kind of different designer drugs are very in vogue, but cocaine is still the number one illicit drug, besides marijuana, if you're counting that as an illicit drug, in the world, and the prices are still the highest. So for my money, I'm selling coke, and I'm doing it in one of the countries that is furthest away from South America, the source country, and has the least amount of competition. So Canada, Europe, and Australia, and they don't have Mexicans who are monopolizing the market. So there you have it, kids. Don't do coke, don't sell it, but if you were gonna do it, this is the way to do it, and this is where to do it. What's up, guys? If you like that clip, make sure to check out the full episode right here and subscribe to the channel right here.